Hello, everyone. Again, this is Sanjeev Tyagi. Welcome to day 11 of our 30-day challenge, live challenge that we are hosting. And I still have 3 minutes before the day ends today, so I'm still keeping my promise for going live. Of course, it is late today, as you know. We were traveling from Zion and Bryce, and today we were able to get back in time and in time but not in time to go live at the time that I had mentioned. But anyway, we are here today, and as promised, the topic for today is going to be when the apology never comes, letting go without closure. How do you let go without closure? So, what if the words you needed never arrive? Right? What happens then? You waited for the apology, you rehearsed what you'd say if they finally owned it, right? You wrote text, you deleted the letters, you stared at the phone, and you repeated the whole story in your mind over and over and over and over again, and still silence. No explanation, no regrets, no attempts to make it right, just silence. Now what? What are you going to do? So today we will talk about this raw, right, quiet pain that lives inside those who were hurt but never acknowledged. And how you don't need their words to heal your heart. We think that we need their apology. We think that we need them to say some things to us so that we can feel better, as if we are waiting for their permission to feel better. But that's not true, right? We don't need anything from them to feel healed or to heal our own heart. Because the closure is not something they give you, right? It's something you claim. This is your right. This is yours to take. Your closure is your business. It is not anybody else's business, right? So claim it. So let's look at the emotional stakes here, right? And that is the pain of waiting for what may never come. Right? That's it's what is at stake here. The pain of waiting for what may never come. And let's get real about it, right? It hurts when someone doesn't apologize. I get it. It hurts to be dismissed, to be ghosted, right? It hurts when someone walks away like it didn't cost you everything. It hurts. I have been there. I know it. And whoever says, it's okay, it doesn't hurt, it's their family, their brothers, their sister, they have no clue about what goes on in the hearts and mind of people like you and me who have gone through this pain. They have no clue about it. So this pain is real, right? And I understand that. But you know what's worse? The worst is feeling like their silence means you don't matter. And let's be honest, you replayed it all 1,000 times, right? Every scenario, every possibility, every outcome, what they would say, what you would say, what you will reply, well, they will reply, what happened, what did not happen, right? Maybe if I'd stayed quiet, maybe if I didn't say that thing, what I ended up saying, maybe if I was more understanding, 100 such things, right? But here's the truth: they may never apologize. They may not. And you cannot spend your life waiting to be released from a prison they don't even know they built. Right? You cannot wait for your entire life. You only have a small life to live. And you cannot put it at the mercy of their acknowledgement of their own doing, if at all that what happened. So you cannot be waiting to be released from that prison, right? Your peace cannot depend on their guilt. It cannot. It can only depend on one thing and one person only, and that is you. And decision to release yourself. That's the only thing that can help you move forward in life. Right? So let's do a grounding ritual as we always do before we, embark on trying to figure out how we can move forward in this. Okay? So let's do that grounding ritual, and we'll call it releasing the anchor. That's what we'll call today. Okay? So let's close our eyes and let's take a deep breath. Hold and release. Put your hand on the chest now. And then take another breath. Long, slow breath in. Out. Let your breath drop into your belly and let your shoulders fall. And now whisper this. Even if you don't fully believe it yet, still say it. I don't need their apology to move. I don't need their apology to move forward. Breathe it in. Hold and exhale. Let it sink in and let it start to loosen the grip that silence has had on your soul. Take a breath in and let it out. So what are we looking for here? What is the shift, the core shift that we are aiming for? The core shift that we are aiming for is that forgiveness is freedom. It's not a permission. Right? Forgiveness is freedom, not a permission. And here's the shift I want you to make today. That forgiveness is not about letting them off the hook, right? It's about getting yourself off the hook. Let me repeat it again. Forgiveness is not about letting them off the hook. It's about getting yourself off the hook. So it's about you getting out of that trench, that prison, right? The hook that has kept you stuck in the same emotional loop over and over and over and over again, right? Waiting, ruminating, and then hurting, right? You don't want to be in that loop. So you don't forgive because they deserve it, right? You forgive because you deserve to be free. Your heart deserves to be free and happy, and that you deserve to lead a happy, fulfilled life, right? So you don't let go because the pain wasn't real. It was real. And like I said, whoever says that it wasn't has no clue about what that pain is. So your pain is real. You let go because you are real. So you don't let go because the pain wasn't real. You let go because you were real and you are real. And your healing can't wait on someone else's timeline. They may or may never come with an apology in your life or in your lifetime. What are you going to do? Are you going to kill yourself? Are you going to live as if your life has no meaning on this planet? What if they don't come? What then? You have to get out of that prison, right? So how do we do that? How do we get out of the prison that we are in? So let's walk through the 3 shifts that can help you release the need for the external closure and find peace from within, not from outside, not dependent on somebody else, but finding peace from within. I did that. That's the reason I'm sharing it with you. I had to go through all of these exercises on my own, and that is how I was able to come out. Right? You would not believe that I had been in those situations where I almost got myself killed multiple times because I was constantly thinking, how and what in the world happened, and where did I go wrong? So I know this, and I have gone through this. I have done these things myself, and that these questions and exercises that I'm sharing with you, they're not coming out of the books. They're coming from the experience that I have lived myself. Okay, so you may choose to do or not to do them. That's your call. I can't force anybody to do anything. It has to come from your heart. It has to come from you within. If you really want to get out of it, here's what I have to offer. Take it or leave it. But I promise you that if you do take it, and if you do the exercises honestly and diligently, and with your full heart, and being accountable to your own self, not to someone else, but to your own self, you will see the difference. I guarantee that. But you have to be honest, absolutely honest with yourself. Okay? So let's look at the 3 shifts, the insights, right? So, insight number 1, name what was never said, right? So, part of the pain is that unfinished sentence, unfinished, thoughts in our mind. So let's finish it, and let's finish it your way, right? So write the letter, say the words out loud, name what they did, right? Get it out of your heart, and name how it felt. See, silence doesn't get the last word, right? You get the last word. Because your truth is not less valid because it was ignored. It's still yours. right? So name it out. Because a lot of times what happens is some thoughts, some ideas, some expressions, they go into our subconscious and then they sit over there as negative experiences, negative definitions, negative energy, and then they create chaos in our life. And we are in the prison, we don't even know that we are in, and our life goes on without us realizing what is happening. And we get stuck. And we hold someone else responsible for that situation, not realizing that it is our own creation. Right? So let it out of your system. Flush it. So name whatever is there sitting inside of you. The second thing is separate your worthiness from their words, right? Their refusal to apologize doesn't make you unworthy. It just makes them unavailable, right? That's what it does. But it does not make you unworthy in any way, shape, or form. You are worthy and you will always remain worthy. You are worthy of respect, you are worthy of kindness, you are worthy of repair, or whatever. You were worthy and you will always remain worthy. Nobody has or gets to say anything in it. Their silence says nothing about you. It just speaks volumes about them, but it says nothing about you. How they treat you is their business. It speaks about them. It does not speak about your worthiness. And I have seen it in my own life, my experience, and I can tell you that this is true. Their ignorance does not speak about your worthiness. It speaks about them. So don't tie your worthiness to whatever, they say or don't say. You're free. Insight 3 is create your own ritual of experience or release, I would say. Create your own ritual of release. Write write their name on a piece of paper, right? And then write, I release you from my story. I reclaim my peace. Write it down. Right? Write it down. Write their name, let's say John. I release John, I release you from my story. I reclaim my peace, my truth. And then done. Burn it, rip it up, right? Float it down the stream. Be done with it. You believe it or not, this is going to shift something in you. And the only way to know whether it does or not is don't take me on my words, do it. You will feel that shift. And if you do, let us know. Let us know in the comments so that others can experience that shift in their life. That's how you help them. Right? So now let's transition into the soul questions that we've been doing for our lives. Right? So let's get still on that. Let's ask the questions most people avoid. And I know this because I myself did not ask these questions of me for a very long time. And these questions are, what would you say if you knew that they would truly listen? Go through that in your mind. What would you say if you knew they would listen truly. So, whatever is in your heart, speak up, write it down honestly and with your full heart in it. Question two: what part of you is still waiting to be heard? There is something, almost every time this happens, there is something that we are still not aware of that is living inside of us, a part that is feeling, ignored, a part of us that is waiting for us to listen to it. We have ignored ourselves in order for us to take care of some other people in our life. And in the whole process, that voice in us gets subdued, that it does not get enough attention, right? And it's crying out for our attention, and we just ignore it. So what part of you is still waiting to be heard? Write that down. Go inward. Express from the core of your reality. What part of you is still waiting to be heard? Question two. Question three: what would freedom look like without their apology? Let's say they don't come with an apology. Let's say they don't apologize. Let's say they don't acknowledge what they did to you, if they did anything to you. Let's say none of that happens. So, what would freedom look like in that situation? Write that freedom. Because the moment you start living that kind of a freedom in your mind, it is happening. It may not be in your experience just right now, but you are in alignment with it. You will be walking towards it, and you will meet that freedom very soon. As long as you continue to stay on that track. What would freedom look like without their apology? Right? So let these questions open you up, right? Not to break you. I'm not asking these questions to break you. I want these questions to be answered to open you up, to open your heart, your soul. Connect to it. Connect to the deepest memories, deepest emotions that you have in your life. And you will realize that all the answers to all the questions were, and will always be inside you. And you have to depend on nobody to find solutions to any issue that you're experiencing, including this one that you can start. Right? So today, let's do this. Let's do this micro transformation practice that we've started doing for the last couple of lives, and I'm liking it because people are giving me response that this is very helpful. So let's do this practice today. Write an unsent letter. Unsent means you're not sending it. Right? Write that letter. Don't send it. Just write it. So say everything in it: the pain, the confusion, the rage, the longing, right? Whatever comes to your heart, just dump it into that paper. And then write this at the bottom. Say, I release you. I choose peace. I choose me. That's it. This letter is not for them. Remember that, right? It's for you. It's for your closure. So you don't need to send this letter to anyone. You just need to let everything that is in your heart and on your soul out on this paper. Once it is out of your system. You believe it or not, but that's how energy works. I have been a pranic healer myself for the last 15 years. I know it works. I have seen miracles happen, right? I know how energy shifts. Do I know everything? No, I'm not claiming that I know everything. There are millions of things I don't know, but there's a tiny bit that I do know, and this is one of them. Energy does shift, it moves with intent, right? So let whatever is in your system out on the paper and then say it. I release you. I choose peace. I choose me. The moment you say it, there is a disconnect that happens from whatever that earlier expression or feeling was, and it is overtaken or replaced by the new expression. I am released. I am free. I have peace. I'm choosing myself. I'm listening to myself. I'm not ignoring myself. Those are the embedded reflections or expressions that your heart sees, your soul listens when you say those words, right? So do those exercises. They are transformative in nature. And the only way to know whether they are truly or not is to do them. Don't believe me, just do it for the sake of experience and then let us know, right? So we're going to end this today and on this expression here. Tomorrow we will be exploring the sibling you don't talk to and what that silence is really saying. Right? The siblings you don't talk to, what that silence is really saying. Because sometimes the loudest pain lives in the quietest corners of our heart. They do. They do. I have cried in lonely nights for many, many days, many, many weeks and months, not understanding what the hell is going on, right? And those pains are very loud that you can't even listen to your own voice, to your own, the voice that of your own heart, of your own soul. Those pains are very, very loud, especially when it is related to the people who you have thought to be your reflection, your extension, your family. You saw them as you. When you receive pain from them, it is the loudest thing that you can ever experience in life, that even your own voice gets crushed. So do these. They are going to make a huge change in your life. I know it. I can see it. I can feel it. All right? So we'll talk about that tomorrow. The siblings you don't talk to, what that silence really says. So today we're going to end it here. If you like this live, please like it, share it on your stories, on your on your profile. Share this your stories in the comments down below, and send it to someone who is still waiting for an apology. Send it to them. Help them see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? Join the Healing Siblings Bond group that we have. Subscribe to the same channel, the Healing Siblings Bond, the YouTube channel, which is another place where this live is telecasted every day, like I told you yesterday also, in addition to this Facebook. Or you can visit the simplifiedrelations.com. That site is still in the making at present. So some links may not work. So Please bear with me as I build it. But you can get more information on that site as well. And always remember the word hope, right? We always end with that. Hope stands for help one person every day, right? If this helped you, don't keep it in, pass it forward. Help someone in your life, and you will feel good. You will feel happy. You will feel that you made some good, you did something good in this world, and your soul will bless you for that, as it does for me when I go live with you on this every day, no matter what and where I am. Right? So we'll end it here. Thank you very much for joining. I know it was late, but I know some of you, almost most of you, are going to be able to see the replay in this part of the world where it is already night. But in the rest of the world, wherever you are, have a good afternoon, good evening, and good night here. Right? With honesty and with love. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Namaste. Thank you.